Hi, dear.
Hi.
Well, this is fun watching you get set up.
I'm very particular.
You are. Whatever. It's fine.
So, did you know what I discovered this week?
No, what did you discover? Let's tell everyone what you discovered this week.
It is officially French toast season.
Oh, yeah.
Because, huge snowstorm coming. Allegedly. We'll see. We'll see what happens with it.
It's snowing outside now.
It is currently snowing, yes. But, it's maybe been a couple inches. That's not, snowstorm for me is, at least a foot.
Yeah.
That is a storm, quote unquote storm to me. Me personally. I don't care what anybody else thinks.
It's a waste of a snowstorm because it's a Saturday. We're recording.
Right.
No one is off work. No one gets off school.
Right.
Okay.
But it's French toast season. Do you know why?
Milk, eggs, and bread.
Because, everything you see is memes making fun of people for going to the store and getting milk, eggs, and bread, which I can only deduce means that they're going to be making French toast, and that is all they're going to be eating forever.
Yes.
So
or
it's French toast season.
Dry toast and scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
And a glass of milk.
That doesn't sound as appealing as French toast, though.
Well, no, of course not. But at least it's something different. I don't know what other meal you can make with it.
Right?
You can make an egg sandwich, I guess.
You could make a fried egg sandwich and have a glass of milk, but it's just milk. You need to add to it. More things to it. Or you could just be like us and have every protein, a lot of protein options just in your freezer hanging out all the time. And then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but I have to eat protein.
No, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing.
I know, but that's why we have so much. We're not protein hoarders.
But you do have a tendency to be a product hoarder.
Well, yeah. This is because I like certain things and...
Okay, do we need to talk about how much ginger ale we have in our basement?
Yes, we can talk about ginger ale because I will go to the mat on this one too.
Go ahead.
When the 2 liters are 99 cents, you load up as many as you can because at 99 cents, it's fantastic. When on campus, a small bottle of soda is $2.25.
I don't disagree with you to a point. Because yes, it's ginger ale. It's good. It's not like there are bad ginger ales. And it's a good one because it's not too punch in the face Bernie with the ginger.
Yeah.
But I think it's genetic. The product hoarding.
It might be, but it's working for me. And you, because as you continue to, as you sit with a glass of my ginger ale next to you.
I'm not saying I don't enjoy it. I'm just saying that there's a lot of ginger ale in our basement. And I think we may be single-handedly skewing Giant Eagle's product need for ginger ale.
They're looking at the sales numbers at Coke, because I'm pretty sure Seagram's is a Coke product.
I don't know.
And looking at saying, what's going on in Johnstown?
Yeah, we got to keep that stock. People in Johnstown are buying our
whittling
ginger
down.
ale.
I am excited to get out tomorrow to get my prescription up there and see if there's more.
So you can stock up.
Yes.
And I'm just for a ballpark reference, we probably got 15 2 liters in the basement?
No. Anytime I go, I get 10.
Okay, so 30.
Probably more than that.
Let's not worry about how many there are, and just acknowledge that you are a product specific hoarder.
I am saving $1. So you got to do in this economy, dear. You save where you
$1.
can.
Okay.
The best part is that they were running that after Thanksgiving with the special buy 2 of the products and you get 99 cents off the purchase of 2. So it was 2 for $1 for a while.
Yeah.
That was great.
I mean, we really should have considered like that as like the Christmas gift option.
For people?
Yeah.
I'm not giving people my ginger ale.
But I mean, it would have saved money.
I'm not super happy you're drinking my ginger ale. But, you know, you kept me alive, so
Right.
we're going to call that even.
Okay. Okay.
So, we had an adventure together today.
Yes.
It's a nice thing about it is we had joint but parallel adventures at the same time. Because you had to get your driver's license picture redone.
Yes, because January birthday.
There you go.
Wonderful time.
So we got up, went out, headed up to Walters Avenue to get the driver's license taken.
Yeah.
I drop you off. You go in.
Yeah.
Anything weird?
Before you, yeah. So
Yeah.
not weird, but let me just say, people who work at the DMV get a bad rap. And I think it's better than it used to be, strangely, because of COVID. So you used to go, anytime you would go to the DMV, no matter what you were going for, the waiting room was always packed. And you were waiting like 10, 15, 20 minutes at least just to go into a room and maybe then sit again.
Yeah.
But literally, I went up, pushed the button for photo, the paper printed out, and the announcement on the PA said my number.
Nice.
So literally, like, no wait at all.
DMV just ruining the environment with that piece of paper.
That's what I said to the lady, actually. I'm like, it seems like a waste of this paper for me to not even have to wait. Anyway, so then she immediately takes my camera card because you have to get a renewal form in Pennsylvania, go online and make your payment and wait for them to send you a piece of paper, which is another waste, piece of paper that allows you to go get your picture taken.
Which we talked about this morning to some extent, but that is still insane that it works that way. That is not just like an automated thing, because you can print your car registration online.
Right.
Get your hunting license, at least to buy it online.
You
You
could
can print out your fishing license.
You could do plenty of things online.
Yeah, but they mail you this card.
But they mail you a piece of paper to tell you to go online and pay their fee and request them to mail you another piece of paper to take to the DMV to get your picture taken.
Yes.
It just seems like a couple unnecessary steps in there. But that's still beside the point. So I go over and sit down to get my picture taken, and I'm like being chatty because, you know, it's a Saturday. They're stuck working. These two people on the photo side were so pleasant that it was like you never think of that when you go to the DMV.
Well, when I went last time, somebody brought their dog.
Yeah,
And
there was not a dog this time.
Oh, that was a good behaved. That was a nice dog too. So you're
So
having.
I had a very pleasant
You're having
experience at the
pleasant
DMV.
time.
Yeah.
I'm watching someone's soul die as I'm in the parking lot.
Okay.
Because I'm sitting there, I'm sitting in the car, listening to the radio or listening to the podcast, and guy comes out from the building, and I look, and there's a white SUV sitting at the start line. I'm like, oh, this is an inspection or a test or something. I wonder maybe if it was a makeup or... Then you can clearly tell a mother gets out of the driver or passenger side. I'm like, oh, this is going to go good or bad.
Oh, now that you say that, let me just stop you for
Yeah.
a second. So now that you say that, so as I was leaving the DMV, I actually ran into a client and was talking to him for a minute or two, which is probably took longer than me getting my picture taken. And there was this lady that was like pacing a little bit in the like entrance.
In the entrance lobby
And-
with the green top and the black pants.
Yeah.
Yes, that was the mother.
And then she must have, you could continue. And she must have saw what happened and immediately walked out the door.
Yes. So, spoiler alert. Thanks for... It doesn't matter. So this goes around, and he's doing hand signals like he's landing a freaking F-16 on the deck of the
tester.
Yeah, the
guy?
tester on the deck of an aircraft carrier. Hand signals to turn that light on, do this, like, make your wipers go. And it's I don't know if he's been practicing this, just really likes his job, or he's like a reject from a YMCA tribute band. But there he's going, and I'm like, that would make me kind of off-put to begin with. And then the first thing they do, parallel parking.
Parallel parking is stupid.
And this is, we'll get to that, my theory on this one too. But pulls up, and this whoever's taking this test pulls up, and I can immediately see they're too far up. And I'm like, oh no, never fixes it. And couldn't do it like in one swing.
Mm-hmm.
Took 2 or 3 times to do it.
Yeah.
Eventually got in fine.
Yeah.
Didn't hit anything. Wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah.
Got in. Pulled out. Did the loop right back in. Which you're the one who then reminded me that is the sign for insta-fail.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there watching this thinking, boy, it has to suck to be that person, whoever that person was, that kid.
Well, because the mom did not look like much older than us, if older than not, like about our age.
Yeah.
So it had to be someone who was like 16.
Yeah, it was
getting
young.
their license. Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, could I do that the way they'd want to do it now? Because I don't think I've parallel parked in probably 20 years.
I can tell you that I could not.
No.
Solely based on our last trip to Pittsburgh.
So, to me, this was my theory, or my thought. The parallel parking on the driver's test is a skill that shouldn't be on there. Because everything else on the driver's test, can you use your turn signals, headlights, windshield wipers, stopping at stop signs?
Do you need to stop?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Oh, you seem like you're having a thing. I don't
No,
know.
I'm good.
Okay.
No, okay. Here's the fine.
No, you're okay.
Okay, I was gonna give you $5.
I mean, I'll take the $5.
no,
but I
that's-
think that's somebody else's $5.
That's Paul's $5. Stopping at stop signs,
Yeah.
navigating the road, all 100% needed
Going the
skills.
speed limit.
Going the speed limit, yes.
Questionable on that, whether or not it's a
Well.
needed skill, but
Parallel parking is optional. You don't have to parallel park. You can drive around till you find a spot. If you're at a place where only parallel parking exists, where you can pull in.
Mm-hmm.
You can opt not to go someplace that has parallel parking.
yeah.
One of the reasons I don't like going downtown.
Yeah.
I don't want to parallel park. And I don't want to
even-
pay a meter.
But even then, there are places where you don't have to.
Exactly. So to me, it's the equivalent of saying, congratulations, you have completely passed your driver's test. You avoided the fake squirrel. You stopped at the intersection. You used your blinker at the blinking school bus lights. On and on and on. Make 10 free throws
Yeah.
as well, and then you pass.
Yeah.
Because guess what? It's the same garbage.
Yeah.
You don't have to play basketball to drive a car. You don't have to parallel park.
What I think is the best part about
It's big parking.
it's all those parking garages. It's all those cities with parking meters
That's what I'm
on
turning
the
this-
streets where you have to parallel park, where they want their $2
This is going
from
to be
you.
a parking conspiracy podcast now.
Okay. What I find funny though about, I don't know how much you remember of the driving test that they make you do.
Dear, I made notes on this from this morning because I was afraid I was going to forget this morning watching
Right.
it.
The funniest part about this is that where the driver center is located, the neighborhood that they then make you go through is like residential neighborhood. So it's all 25 miles per hour.
Yeah.
So they don't have you go on the highway, which I think would be a better thing to learn to see if they knew how to manage the highway. No, they have you do like a couple roads of this little housing development, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And the parallel parking.
And the parallel parking.
And the parallel parking is first. So if you don't do good on the parallel parking, you just come back in and you have failed.
Yeah. Which, like I said, should not be part of the test anymore. It makes no logical sense. It's a optional skill.
Yeah. And I would bet that this kid probably spent less time trying to parallel park for this exam than I did the last time we went to Pittsburgh.
It was probably about this. It was about the same.
Yeah. But still, I mean,
It just was so you could just tell. It was like this was like immediate when however they started, like this isn't gonna work.
yeah.
But just I don't understand why it's there. I also don't understand how your picture from how long does license last? 5 years?
4, I think.
4 years?
Yeah.
Is the exact same picture?
Pretty much, yeah. Looks exactly the same.
Yes.
Which is weird because I've had like 3 different pairs of glasses since then, and
Yeah, you look
maybe only 2. But
you look exactly the same.
yeah, it's like it looks exactly the same. He didn't focus in on the white hairs on the top of the head because it's straight on.
Yeah, but the difference between the picture that I took last driver's license and the one I took most recently is I went from what would you describe my current driver's license picture as? There really isn't a good description.
That like creepy neighbor that no one's surprised has some sort of like secret dungeon in his basement or something. I don't know. It's really creepy.
It is
It's
very
not-
creepy.
It's like, but perspective. It was probably what, like a month, less than a month.
Like 2 weeks after my
Yeah,
transplant.
after your surgery. So you were probably down. That was probably when you were around like
180.
yeah,
175.
175, 180 or whatever, and like clearly looked like, to me even, clearly looked like you had some sort of illness.
Yeah.
Or were recovering from something.
Yeah.
And then you add that you smiled and your dimples popped out, which made it a little creepy.
I'm fine with it.
I know you are.
Yeah, I really am.
Not only are you fine with it, you were proud of it.
Yes. I did post it online.
Yeah. In glee.
Yeah. I really wanted to be my picture on my faculty page on campus, but they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, let's not. I wouldn't. You need to look serious for that, I think.
That's pretty serious for me. So what else happened to you this week?
What else happened? What else? I don't know. What else did happen to me this
You
week?
went to the dentist.
I went to the dentist.
You had an awakening at the dentist that I'm right. You too don't like minor inconveniences.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a difference, though, between us with that.
Okay.
So for you, literally on death's door, and your opinion was you were completely fine. You could still do everything you always did, blah, 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 blah. Give you a head cold or a sore throat, and you are on death's door, in your opinion.
Yes.
It is like, you were miserable. You're not going to make it. This is the worst thing in the world. So for you, you can handle the big things, but mild inconveniences are just the end of the world.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't so much like that drastic. It was just inevitably after I go to the dentist and get a cleaning, my mouth hurts. So I was complaining to you that my mouth hurt.
You did.
And it was bothering me. It was just a mild inconvenience that was bothering me to the point where we had macaroni and cheese for dinner so that we could have something soft.
Hey, it fit the bill. You needed something soft to eat, and you make me eat.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know.
But did that. I spent a big chunk of my week getting ready for the term to start. I get to go back teaching Monday.
Yeah. Are you excited? You finally get to go back to work?
I get to go back to work.
You don't have to be jealous of the rest of us that went back to work last week.
Get up bright and early Monday morning and get ready to go to my 2 p.m. class.
Yeah. So, not a lot has changed. It won't be any really much different than actually, you'll be spending less time on campus than you did
this week.
Yesterday.
I spent all day, most of the day Thursday, and I spent all day Friday. But that's David's fault.
Why is it David's fault?
Because it's fun to work with David.
Oh. I think we should all really just be thankful, though, that this week the truck got inspected.
Yeah, and a new battery there.
And
the fact that we all figured that out. It was only 3 days late.
That's not even, to me, that's not even, when I start at Thanksgiving, be like, hey, the truck needs inspected by the end of December.
You need to start earlier.
Or just call and make the appointment myself for a truck that's not even mine.
It's going to be better if you do it that way. But what else is on your list? We make lists for anyone who's curious. When we talk about that, we each make a list of things we kind of think we want to talk about with each other.
So after something that we learned this week, I had a revelation that for us and apparently other people we know,
okay,
our pets collectively are weird.
I think all pets are weird.
So we have one of our cats is on diet food. And because Matt and I are also weird, we have bowls with RFID chips in them that will only open for the cat that the food's for. So our cat that is on the diet, I have her trained to open her food bowl for me.
Yeah.
I think that's impressive.
Oh, okay.
That I have trained. She doesn't do it for you.
Yes, she does.
Not consistently.
Well, no one does anything for me consistently.
For me, it's every time.
Yeah.
Because I am the food provider.
Because, yeah, you are the one that can consistently remember to feed people.
And then I also realized, this was actually a realization that I had a couple weeks ago, that our newest cat, all I have to do is run my hand over his back and or belly once. He can be completely content with wherever he's at. But if I do that, inevitably within 5 minutes, he is crawling all over you.
Yeah.
Not me.
That was great last night when I'm trying to figure out paperwork for the IRS.
But I forget. I just want to cuddle him and I forget. I don't do it on purpose. I mean,
you might be an agent of big parking.
At some point I might do it on purpose, but
yeah, see?
Last night, definitely I wasn't doing it on purpose.
I don't think that's the biggest revelation we had this week.
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I think the biggest revelation you and I came to this week, and I would be curious if other people feel this way, is that I don't think I was mentally impaired when I was slowly wasting away and dying. Excuse me. But I think I was more coherent when I was sick. Because I'm now sped up enough again where you've noticed a couple times where I'm having simultaneous conversations with you about different topics.
And sometimes you don't actually finish the conversation.
I get bored.
But maybe you're right. Maybe that's what it is. It's like normally you operate at like 1.5 times speed.
Yes.
But when you were sick, you were
At normal speed.
at normal, like
Or a little bit, yeah, probably a little bit
just
under.
normal speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe even a little. Yeah, you're right. Maybe a little bit even under. But yeah, and I forget what you were even trying to tell me at one point. But you started and stopped like 3 times, like right in a row. And I looked over and I asked you, are you actually going to finish one of those thoughts? But I feel like you did, but just in your head.
And
So it must not have really been important enough for me to know what it was.
I think it's and those are 3 separate starts and stops on 3 separate topics.
Yeah.
I think in my brain, I'm hoping I give you enough that you could fill in the gaps for the rest of it and just kind of get caught up.
So this is really no different than like when you half start a conversation in your head and I only get like the tail end of it.
Yeah.
And you expect me to know what you're talking about.
Yes. It's not new. It's just I think we've kind of dawned on us that it's because it didn't happen for so long.
Yeah.
And it's finally happening, which is I think is a good sign.
It's finally back to happening.
It's finally back.
I think I was used to it not happening.
Well, sorry.
No, like I got complacent.
You got, yeah.
Like I didn't have to.
You're out of practice.
I'm out of practice.
You're out of practice.
I'm out of practice like today when you just randomly said, oh, the game's at 7.
The biggest game we talked about today was the Tomahawks game.
Well, yes, but the Steelers game's also today, and that is the one I thought you were talking about because we had talked about watching the Steelers game at one point and also talked about the Tomahawks game, both of which the previous time we had talked about it was like 3 hours prior to you saying the game's at 7.
Yes. But the bigger of the conversations was the Tomahawk game.
But how was I supposed to know that?
Keep up.
How was I supposed to know that?
Keep
In
up.
your mind, the Tomahawks game, which we can't watch unless we physically go to,
No, they have them online.
was the bigger game. But we don't
No,
like,
we don't. I'm not
normally
going to pay
watch
for
them.
another service.
Was the bigger game in your mind than the one that's on national television?
Yes. Because I think the Tomahawks actually have a chance to win.
Which I think is going to be awesome because I don't know. Is it home or away?
What, the Steelers game?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, I don't know.
But either way, they probably are getting snow in Baltimore too, right? I'm going to be disappointed if it's not in Pittsburgh because in Pittsburgh...
It's in Baltimore.
Oh.
It's in Baltimore.
Maybe it'll still be. I don't know. I find amusement in the games that are blizzards.
I don't think we're gonna get a snow game this weekend
That's disappointing.
because Baltimore. I don't think it's gonna be snowing that hard there yet. And the night game is at Indianapolis, which wouldn't matter because they have a dome.
Yeah.
Well, they have a barn.
That's disappointing. Because
Yeah.
I really like the games that are... I mean, because football games are weird to begin with. Especially the Steelers. Because the Steelers... hit or miss with them. Always. Like, they don't win the games that they should. They win games that they shouldn't. I don't know. But it's the ones where it's like snowing heavily that make it just that much more amusing.
Yeah.
So
When they have to take the breaks, all the
to
people
shovel
off the lines.
the yard lines, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
So, did you see the story about the Lady Sue and Hershey's?
Yes, I think I did. Wait, is this about she's suing them because the pumpkin
Didn't have a face.
Reese's don't have the cutout of the face on them because
Yes.
the wrapper shows like a jack-o'-lantern face on it. I don't understand.
What do you mean? That you just summed up the
No, I don't understand why that's something you feel like you would sue a corporation about.
Well, it's easy. I'm reading the article. The plaintiff and the members of the class. So if you have an issue with this, you're part of the class.
Wait. So is this like a class action lawsuit?
I think they're trying to get it to be. Has been aggrieved by the defendant's unfair and deceptive practices.
I'm sorry. Who cares if there's not a face? Because let me tell you, if there's a face, that's less chocolate.
I don't even want to make that point. Although that is a very valid point. If you asked people, do you think the majority would be able to tell you before this story hit if whether or not there is a face? Or, like most people in my theory is,
Just
they
eat
open the
it?
wrapper and shove it in their face hole. Because delicious chocolate peanut butter goodness.
Because the holiday shaped ones are better than like a regular Reese's cup.
Yeah, because you explained they're fresh.
They're fresher and they come on a tray and not in the like paper that you got to peel off where you again lose chocolate. I mean, if you're going to sue Hershey's over Reese cups, do it over the Reese cups where you lose half the chocolate because of the paper that it's in.
Yeah. I just didn't know if you see this, and typically you like these kind of stupid things.
I mean, it's just.
I like your response to these kinds of stupid things.
I just don't understand. I don't understand the logic behind it. Like, you're gonna. Somebody's gonna spend money to. Like, essentially encourage this person to be ridiculous.
Well, I think this is a good example of a need to redefine and put cost on people on the legal system when these kind of things happen. But, oh my God, this is not that type of podcast. Although it might be if, like, one of our listeners who got a new Echo device was accidentally listening to the wrong podcast David.
No, I knew who you were talking about.
He didn't do the full name. He was telling me, and they got the wrong podcast. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right. Why are you apologizing?
I don't know. I feel bad.
Okay. Well, that's nice of you for him. But anyway, he figured it out, and we got people listening all over the country.
Make sure you tell your Echo good morning,
There you go. Yeah.
and it'll give you a fun fact.
Fun. Well,
At least it used to. I don't know if it still does.
it'll give a fact.
Matt won't let me do it anymore.
They weren't fun.
He finds it annoying.
They weren't fun.
It will also make animal noises if you ask it to. It'll make like nature noises.
Yeah,
It'll meow like a cat.
I understand.
I'm-
this stuff
It's
you
new
know.
for him, so I'm trying to help him
Molly
out.
too.
Trying to help him out.
Yeah, that's
Learn
true.
new things.
Oh, that was a win for us this week.
Not
I think.
everybody just uses theirs to shut their lights off.
That was a win for us. We got to see 2 of Molly's basketball games.
Yeah, that was fun.
It always is fun. It's kind of nice. I don't understand. Well, I guess I do understand how it could happen. It just was very weird that we were watching. We clicked on the wrong channel. It was like, wow, look at the big high school gym. And it's so gorgeous. And it's like, no, wait, that's the elementary school.
Yeah.
And you click over to the high school gym and it's like 4 walls and a basketball court.
Well, the other one had like
A walking track?
elevated walking track, which then you gave me a new perspective on. Because a lot of times, at least around here, I don't know if it's like that up in New York, but around here at the elementary schools, a lot of times the elementary gyms are also the cafeterias where where the kids eat. And so when I said that to you, and I said there's always teachers that like monitor them and yell at them if they're being too loud or whatever, and you said now I have visions of it being like a prison situation.
It's a prison yard.
Like if they're using
where the guards
elevated
are up in the
track.
elevated track.
So we should find out if that's what happens. If the teacher is monitoring, do that.
Looking for
Contraband.
and stuff. Yeah, that's the image you had there. That was very nice.
That's apparently the image I projected to you. That is not what I meant.
That's what you implied.
I think that says more about you than me.
I stand by it.
Okay.
Thank you, dear.
Uh-huh.